Meredith Gordon,
Yes.
character flaws,
Yes.
actress extraordinaire.
Actress, singer, music, singer-songwriter is joining us today. Meredith, please tell us and the audience how you first started in the limelight.
I started dancing on pool tables as a child. My father was a raging alcoholic. My mother, a hooker with a heart of gold. And so a small girl with tap shoes on a pool table, a smoke-filled room, provided that. And that's where I met my agent. And we hit it off. And we had drinks. And I was 5. And I got hammered. And made some wrong decisions. Kissed a 10-year-old boy. Somebody a lot older than me. It was my first French kiss, because he was French. I'll do whatever I need to do to get to the top, whether it be opening my legs or my heart. One time I had a little crippled boy come up to me. He said, "I want to be a tap dancer." And I said, "Well, you're crippled. How's that gonna work? Your legs look like 2 green beans that have been out in the sun too long. They're shriveled. We can chop them off and put boards on the end of them. And I can use my hip muscles to just move." We had an emergency amputation in the back of my house with some ice, the Iceman. And we did the emergency procedure, and we grafted 2 2x4s to the bottom half of his body, and we lacquered them. And that boy grew up to be Jimmy Canasta. After that, we started getting bigger. The 2x4s switched to metal hinges. It was noisy. We had to oil him a lot. We were leaving one of the clubs one night, and in the middle of the road, it was raining, pouring, there was this man. And he was covered in mud from his head to his toes. He stunk. He was more covered in flies than he was of skin. And he came up to me, and out of this mass of mud and flies came this beautiful singing voice. And he said, "I'm an entertainer. I want to be part of what you're doing." And still in shock because it looked like a mud man standing in front of me. He was filthy, he smelled, and he had every STD known to man. You can pull people out of the mud and the flies and the STDs, which is something hard to pull people out of because it's a disease. You can literally pull someone up if they're crippled because they're on the ground. But that's what we did with Mickey. We said, all right, number 1, you have to take a shower. Number 2, you've got to get some medicine for because if you're on the road, you're going to be seeing women, and we don't want, that to spread. Got him some penicillin. He still got syphilis, so can't help that. It's up there once it gets to your head. But it's made him a better performer. Some people use drugs, marijuana, to perform better. Mickey uses syphilis. He comes up with the craziest notions, and sometimes you have to stop him. You have to, because he's out in public and he's dancing and going crazy in the middle of the street, and you're like, "Oh, that's the syphilis. That's not creativity." But on stage, it's amazing. You put a light on him. You back off his medication a little bit right before a show, and gold right out of his mouth. But me, it's all pure talent with me. I never had to get syphilis. I never had to be crippled. I never had to drink, smoke. I'm just pure raw talent right here.